this Amazon Live. My name is Gemma and today I'm going to show you some really beautiful restorative yoga poses that can help you to sleep more soundly, have a nice deep sleep, which is what we all want, right? So I'm going to use some of the Ajna Wellbeing props today, so I'll tell you what those are before we get started. I'm sitting on my EcoJute yoga mat here. I've got my yoga block set as well. Now, depending on your body and how you're feeling on a particular day, you might want to use all of these props or none of them. This is the Eco Suede Yoga Bolster, my absolute favourite. It's so soft and lovely. Really, really useful for restorative and yin yoga to help soothe the nervous system. And then I've also got my acupressure mat set here. So these can be added to the poses if you want. As a little extra, or you can use it separately. I think I'll use mine at the end just to lie on. A lot of our customers report having really, really good sleep after they lie on their Ajna mat for about 15 minutes. So they use that to sort of help induce a really nice restful state before you get into bed and go to sleep. Or you can use them in bed, in fact. And a lot of people do that as well. I've also got here, it's not switched on because it's not plugged in, but this is my little ceramic oil diffuser. These come in 3 sizes. This is the smallest one, but there's 2 bigger sizes. And if you are thinking about how you might want to get a better sleep, I would suggest using one of these with some lavender oil. That's really been proven to help sleep and relaxation. So that can be a nice little addition to your yoga practice as well. So check these out. These are all linked below, and these ones are on sale at the moment as well. So the first thing we're going to do, just move this one out of the way. The first pose we're going to do is a reclined bound angle pose. So we call this Supta Baddha Konasana, which means reclined bound angle. I'm going to use my blocks and my bolster for this one, but like I said, just play around. There's a few different ways you can do this. So I'm going to come right up close to my bolster here with my hips, and then I'm going to lay back all the way. So I'm reclining back, and then I'm going to take the soles of my feet together and my knees out wide in sort of butterfly pose. Now, if this doesn't feel good for your hips, this is one place you can use your blocks. So you can place them underneath your thighs for a bit of extra support. So the goal here is not so much stretching as it is really to support your body so that it feels safe and so that your nervous system can relax, which is what we want when we're going to go to sleep. We don't want to be in fight and flight anymore. We want to be in our rest and digest. It's our parasympathetic nervous system. So by adding lots of props, propping our body up and making it feel nice and safe, it really helps to do that. So this is our reclined bound angle pose. And I would suggest staying in these poses for around 3 minutes, up to 5 minutes probably. Another way you could do this is using the blocks underneath your bolster. So if you want to sit up a little bit, you could use one or you could use both blocks. And then you could lay back again like so. So you're a little bit more upright. Maybe that feels better to you. So just play around. It might, like I said, it might change from day to day. And you could, if it doesn't feel nice to have your knees out, you could just extend your legs out long and just relax like that. So that's our first pose. The second one I'm going to show you is a really nice gentle twist. So I'm going to use my bolster again for this one. No blocks for this one. I'll place those off to the side. So what we're going to do, I'm going to turn and face away from you because you'll be able to see my face better. So we bring our hips up close to the bolster. I'm in like a mermaid position with my legs. And then I'm going to turn my torso over the bolster and start to lay down. Now, if your neck is feeling okay, you can keep turning your head in the direction of the twist so that the twist goes all the way up through the spine. This is a really nice even twist that gets all parts of your spine, but very, very gently. And so if this doesn't feel good for your neck, you can look directly down, or you could turn your head back the other way. And we'll do this one on both sides. It's a really, really lovely one to release any tension in the spine after a long day of perhaps sitting at a desk or standing and working. Twists are a really, really good thing to help with this. So we'll do both sides here. I'll show you how to get into the other side once more. I'll just move my bolster this way. So you bring one hip right up closer to your bolster here. And then you're going to turn your torso so that it's facing over your bolster and start to lay your body down. And then remember that you can either continue the twist by taking your head in the opposite direction so that the twist continues up the spine, or if your neck isn't feeling happy there, you can take your face just down or back to the other side. So those are your options here. Now if you wanted, you can always add an extra prop. You could use an extra bolster if you want to be a little bit higher up. There's lots of options, so you can make this your own. Another option here would be to use your blocks, just like we did in the last one. So if you wanted to put a block there to give you a little bit of height, and then you might also just want to give your bolster a nice hug, which can feel quite soothing as well. So that's a really, really nice, very gentle, very restorative twist. Okay, so that's our second pose. Third pose, very simple. It's a forward fold. So we're going to extend our legs out long. And you might not need a bolster for this, but for this really nice, gentle, restorative version of this pose, I like to use a bolster. You might even want to use 2 bolsters depending on your range. So if you have very tight hamstrings, you might already feel like this is a little bit intense. If you have a lot of range here, you might feel it's easy. You might want to just lay down on top of your bolster like so. And then when you get there, just see how much you can release. Take a full body scan, see where you can release any tension. The neck, the shoulders, everywhere. Really, really let everything go and take nice, deep belly breaths. So if you wanted some extra support here, a block is another option here. You could place your head onto the block like so, and that will give you a little bit of extra support. So there's a few ways you can do your seated forward fold. Again, if it's very uncomfortable for you to do this one, you might want to place something under your hips there to elevate them, and you might find that gives you a little bit more freedom in your hips here to then be able to sit up a bit better. And you could also take your hands, this is a nice version actually, you can take your thumbs right on the inside of your eyebrows there. There's a little pressure point there that stimulates this meridian line, the kidney meridian line, and you can just let your head rest into your thumb. So do the gentle pressure there, so you get a nice release of that pressure point at the same time. And again, I would stay here for a few minutes, 3 minutes, up to 5 minutes is a good amount of time. Okay, last one that we're going to do. I'm going to show you facing this way, but actually probably I would recommend to do it with your legs up against the wall for the most relaxing version of this pose. So we call this one legs up the wall, but I'm going to show you this way so you can see what I'm doing and so that you can hear me talk. And so I'm just going to lay all the way down, and then I'm going to lift my hips up slightly so that I can shuffle the bolster under my hips. Now if you're doing this up against the wall, you put your feet up first and then you shuffle the bolster in sideways, and then just simply take your legs up like so. Just move my thing out of the way. So this is just a pose. You don't need any strength in your legs. You can just let them really hang there, really, really nice and relaxed. Hands can be out by your side, they could be across your body, whatever feels most relaxing to you. So this pose is technically an inversion because our feet are higher than our heart, but it's not as intense as a headstand or a handstand. It's a very nice gentle inversion, and these poses, these inverted poses, are really great for bringing you into a parasympathetic nervous system, like I said earlier, which is the opposite of our fight and flight. It's our rest and digest, and that's exactly what we need for a good night's restorative deep sleep. So again, you can stay here for as long as you want. And then my last pose that I'm going to show you, so just get out of this one gently by sliding your bolster out of the way. Always move slowly out of the poses. Take your time, no need to rush for this. And then finally, to finish, actually I'm going to grab my my Ajna mat for Shavasana, which is our corpse pose. This is sort of a traditional pose that's used to finish your yoga practice. It's a time to integrate all of the things that you've done into your body. It's also very relaxing. So I'm going to take my Ajna mat down there. I'm going to use my pillow as well under my neck. And I'm going to use my bolster underneath my knees because this takes a little bit of the strain off your lower back. So if you do have any back issues, having a bolster under your knees really helps to alleviate that. So make sure you roll back slowly because this is spiky, but it feels good. You just want to make sure you lay back slowly, and maybe you need an extra layer of clothing. Some people don't. Some people like it on bare skin. Take your legs a little bit wider. Again, that relieves some tension in the lower back. And arms out wide, palms face up in this beautiful receiving gesture. You could stay here for really as long as you like. There's no limit to how long you can stay here in Shavasana, and this will really, really help you to relax, to soothe the nervous system. Sort of you can do some meditation here as well and some nice deep breathing before you settle into bed. And again, like I said, some people actually like to use these in bed before they sleep. So if you want to use yours on top of your mattress, that's another really nice option. So you're already in bed, all you have to do is slide it out of the way and you can just drift off to sleep like that. So these are our poses. There's actually 5 poses to help you sleep. There's many, many more that you can do. These are some of my favourite ones to do before bed, just to really help you get a nice restorative sleep. So please check out all of the products that are linked below. We have others as well that are available, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for joining me.